Shows
that
the
shows
address of
the
another.
address of another variable.
It is a special kind of variable. Huh? It is special kind of or special type of variable which store the which contains address of another variable. Okay, now that another variable can be of pointers. Another variable can be of pointer, so it might happen that your pointer contains the address of another pointer, so it is known as a double pointer. If your pointer contains the address of another pointer, it is called as a double pointer. And how to access it, how to access double pointer, actually we are going to see all the things when we start the arrays. Okay, and then after that, what you have seen in your pointers, we have seen that how actually that memory location memory will be get created, and then what the pointer contains the address and how get access. So how to access the variable, using the pointer. Okay, what we need, which operator you use?
Ampersand.
No, to access the variable using a pointer, which operator
Star.
we use? The
Star.
dereference operator, that is known as a star operator. Star, that is dereference. It is called as a dereference operator, dereference or value add operator. Okay, so just call this operator as a dereference or value add operator. So whenever, suppose there is a PTR is there pointer, and if you want to access the variable which address is stored into the PTR, we can use the star PTR. Okay, star PTR, you are accessing the original variable that this PTR is pointing to. If star PTR is equal to 10, now PTR is not changed, PTR is unchanged. You are not going to change PTR, you are going to change the address which is stored into the PTR. Getting? So if you want to change PTR, do this. PTR is equal to address of B. So now PTR is pointing to B. If PTR is equal to N, N is pointing to PTR is pointing to N variable, and we know that the data type of this address and the data type of this pointer should be same. Example, if this N is a character pointer, if N is a character variable which contains suppose small a. Now if you want to store the address of N in any pointer, then we should create a pointer with the data type of character only. Okay, so that PTR is now a character pointer which is pointing to character variable. Getting? So this char star represent PTR is pointing to what type of variable. Okay, so it doesn't decide that the size of the pointer. We know that, and we already discussed that the size of PTR is always fixed. The size of pointer is always fixed. The size of integer pointer, character pointer, float pointer, double pointer, if you consider any type of pointer, then the size of pointer is always 4 bytes in terms of 32-bit compiler. In case of 16-bit compiler, it is always 16-bit. Okay, so this data type of the pointer decides that this PTR is pointing to what? It is pointing to character only. Now this character star means it can point to char star only. And if you're trying to change it, if you're trying to use point to the another one, then what happened? We'll take that example, stdio. Suppose there is one integer variable, integer a is equal to 10. Okay, and we are doing one character, we are creating one character pointer PTR, and we are doing PTR is equal to address of a. Can we do this? Can I do this?
No, sir.
Okay, so if I'm doing this, then, and if I'm running the program, then there is warning that incompatible pointer conversion. Incompatible pointer conversion, that is, you are converting the char star, you are converting to char star from int star. So the what is the address of whatever the address of A, you are going to store into the PTR. Address gets stored, but when you are trying to access it, you will not get a proper answer here. So your answer is the any random value here. Getting? So if your character pointer is there, it's still accessible. It is not having any type of error, but warning is there. Warning is that now you are trying to access only a single byte, because your PTR is a type of the character only. When that is a type of the character pointer, only single byte of the memory get accessed. And in case of your int star, then from that address the 4 bytes get access. And when you run this program, actually, yeah, when you run this program, actually you will get a 10 output. Getting? And when there is a char star, then
Any garbage
warning is
value.
there. Okay, there is warning. Getting? Here you are getting the output 10. Okay, it is perfectly correct. Why correct? Because the 10 is the number which is storing to the last byte of your memory, last byte of the memory. If it is storing and you are accessing the last byte only, if you are accessing last byte and 10 is stored in last byte, so 10 you are getting the correct output here. But you are not accessing the 4 bytes. Whole 4 bytes will not access. You are accessing only the 1 byte here. So take a consider suppose 260. So A is 260. Just look at here. You will get answer as 4. Yeah, because 260 means it starts from 256, 257, 258, 256. It starts from 257, 257, 258, 259, and 264. So that is the 4 is the correct answer. So just try to convert this 260 into the binary and then look at the last byte. The last byte is 4. The last byte is 4. That's why you are getting the answer as 4 there. So this is a proof that when you are trying to access the integer variable by using the character pointer, only the last byte is only accessed. The whole 4 byte is not accessed. Getting? Okay, so this is the thing that we have actually discussed in the last lecture, and this is only basics of pointer. The more advanced topics in the pointer we are going to see when we start with the array and the strings. So today we are going to see the very new topic, and that is a very, very important topic regarding to your placement point of view as well as your aptitude, C aptitude, and that is the recursion. That is the recursion. Recursion is the very, very important topic regarding to your C aptitude. Most of the questions are asked in a recursion because it is the most complicated. You can say that it is the most complicated, but actually according to me it is the most easiest part of C language. If you understood this recursion well, then it is the most easiest part. But if you only reading and if you don't understand what doing recursion, you can't solve the recursion problems. Okay, so we are going to solve that somewhat recursion problems, as well as we will take first different programs of the recursion. But before starting this, we'll see what done by recursion. So recursion is the concept of function. It is a concept of the function. So what is recursion? So it is a process. It is a process of calling the function. It is a process of calling. So we are calling the function. Okay, we are also called the function, but what is it process? It is a process of calling the function from the same function, from the same function. So it means that, in other words, we can say that if function is calling itself, then it is called as recursion. Okay, it's called as a recursion. So if there is a function and in that function you are calling the same function, then it's called a recursion. Just example, one very good example is in a main function you are calling main function. So you can say that main is a recursive function. In other words, you can also call it a function is recursive if a function is a recursive if it is called by itself. It is called by the itself. If the function is called as a recursive, now the main function is a recursive function, and if main function not calling main function, then it is called as a non-recursive function. Generally, whatever the function that we have written earlier, all are the non-recursive function. Just take an example of display function. Display function, we can call the display function in main function, but display is not calling any function. Still display is not calling itself again. That's what it's called as a non-recursive function. And in the function, if it is called that same function, then that function is called as a recursive function. But what is the use of this recursion, and when we are going to use the recursion, we will see. What is use? Because without use, actually there is no concept is present in any language. So what is the general use? So actually what happened in solving some problems, in solving some programs, actually if you are implementing some mathematical equations, if you are implementing mathematical, in that mathematical equation, some steps are repeated. So it means that to solve the same steps, actually we are going to use the same process. To solve the next one, we are going to use the same method. So that in that time we can say that I am in a recursion, that I'm performing the same task again and again and again and again. Just to take an example of the factorial. Just take an example of factorial. Now the factorial, suppose very good example of explaining the recursion is the factorial. So if I want to calculate the 5 factorial. So can you tell me what is the method of calculating the 5 factorial? Can I write here 5 multiply by the 4 multiply by the 3 multiply by the 2 multiply by the 1?
2.
Yes, in this
Yes, sir.
actually in this process I can write the this is the process that we have implemented in our previous function, factorial function, fact function. In the fact function, actually we are using the for loop for a cumulative multiplication, that we are doing fact is equal to fact multiply by the I. This formula we have done here. But can I solve the factorial by using this method? Can you see this
Yes, sir.
remaining one? What is this? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Is it 4 factorial?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4 factorial. So can I write here 5 multiplied by the factorial of the 4 or the 4 factorial? Simply. Can I write here 4
Yes, sir.
factorial? Yes, we can write. Now, how the 4 factorial can be calculated? Now, if I want to calculate the 4 factorial, I can
4
calculate
into 3.
4 factorial by using the technique 4 into 3 into 2 into 1.
1.
Write that 4 into 3 into 1 by 4 into 3
3
factorial.
Factorial.
Yes, can I write it?
3
Yes.
into 2 factorial.
Now next one is
Yes,
the,
sir.
I want to calculate 3 factorial. If I want to calculate 3 factorial, can I calculate the 3 factorial in this way? 3
Factorial.
into 2 into 1. Can I write it? 2 into 1.
Yes.
But what is 2 into 1? Can I write it?
2
into factorial.
2 factorial.
Yes. And suppose
Yes, sir.
I want to write here, I want to calculate here 2 factorial. So can I again rewrite the same thing 2 factorial? Can I use the same method to calculate 2 factorial, that is 2 multiply by the 1 factorial?
1. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can I do this? Okay, but what is 1 factorial?
1.
How to calculate 1 factorial? Is there any formula to calculate 1 factorial? No, because 1 factorial is
No.
1. Okay, so we can use here, if I'm writing the function fact function, I can design that function as a recursive function in which if I receive the input as a 1, to that function, then I have to return 1. Okay, 0 factorial is also 1. If I receive the 0, it is also 1. Okay, but what happen if my input is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from other than 0 and 1? If I receive the input, then what I have to return? What is the formula? Can I make the general formula here? What is general formula can
Yes.
I make here? Fact of n.
N into n
1
minus
into n minus 1.
one
Fact
factorial
of
by
n is 1 if n is equal to 1
Equal to
or
1 or 0.
0.
0.
Okay. And is equal to, now formula becomes is equal to fact or not, n multiply by the
n minus. Fact of n minus.
fact of n minus 1. If I'm doing fact of n, but the value of n should be greater than or equal to 2. If it is greater than or equal to 2, then only we have to apply this formula. Getting? So before solving this
Yes, sir.
problem, just see that is there any type of recursion is there. If any recursion is there, then just derive the formula. Now this is the derived formula. Now that using the derived formula, just try to write down the function. Yes, have you noted down this?
Yes, sir. Noting.
Just note down this. The same I have copied into the your chart window. It is present in your chart window. Done. Now next one is the, now I want to write here the function declaration first. So I'm writing my name of the function is a fact, which takes the input as an integer n, and which is returning an integer again. Okay. Now one variable I need, suppose the variable is num. Num is equal to suppose 5. And we require one more variable to store the result, res, and res is equal to, I'm calling the function fact of 5, the same function, the same thing that we have done earlier. Main function remains same, factorial of %d is equal to %d / n comma num comma res.
Return 0.
Now last one is your definition, function definition. The function definition is fact
Int fact.
int n.
int
Now
n.
according to the derivation we have done here, if first one, if n equal to 1 or
1.
n
Or-
equal to 0, then we have to put return 0. Okay, not 0, return 1. We have to put return 1. Okay.
Yes.
So if there is a value received as a 1 or 0, then we have to return 1. So it means the factorial of 1 is 1, factorial of 0 is also 1. Okay, but else, now when it comes, if else, if
N is
n
not
is greater
equal.
than or equal to 2, if n is greater than or equal to 2, then our formula is return n into fact of n minus 1.
N
Fact of n minus 1.
Done. Very simple implementation of my fact function. Just try to,
Sir, we can even
yes,
We can even take one variable and
Yeah,
we can assign the value
yes.
for that.
We can take the variable, we can assign the value, and that value get written. But no need to, again, why I'm wasting my memory? Okay, I can directly put the return statement here itself only. Okay,
Yes.
so control B. What is the error? Warning control may.
Return 0.
Yes. Actually, that all are the in if else, na. So that's why. If I'm removing this, then there is no warning. Okay. So factorial of 5 is 120. Factorial of 5 is 120. Actually, when n is not equal to 1 or 0, definitely it is greater than 2. If it is greater than 2,
Yes.
then this formula will be executed. Okay. Or instead of, again, no need to put the else again. If I'm also not writing n, then it is also okay. Same output, factorial of 5 is equal to 120. Okay, because this is get executed when value of n is 1 or 0. When value of n is 1 or 0, it will return from this statement only. This statement never executes when value of n is 1 or 0. When value of n is not other than, or it is other than 1 or 0, then only this last return statement get executes. Okay, it is very similar like that last else part. Get it?
Yes,
So
sir.
that else if n greater than or equal to 2. I mean, that's also like similar, right? So
Yeah, it is similar, but it gives warning. Why? Because actually it is possible that if this is also false, then what it returns? If this condition is false and this condition is false, compiler think that what I have to return, because you said that integer, you have to return integer. Okay, so in this case, actually, you can take that f is equal to 1, return f. No, integer f. Here you put f is equal to 1, and here put f is equal to this, and
Return
at
F.
last return f. Now you will not get any type of error or warning there.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sir.
this is our
Yes,
correct
sir.
implementation. Yeah, this is correct implementation. So just note down this program, and I will give you how this program get executes in a memory. In your memory, actually, how it is going to execute. Yeah, noted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for explanation, I am sharing you my whiteboard. Okay, so this is our program. This is our program, and tell me how the function call get resolved. Function call get resolved. To resolve the function call, which memory is useful? We will talk about it.
Stack.
Stack memory. Yes.
Stack memories.
So this is my stack memory. Yeah. And tell me, what is the first function to be called, or what is the first function to be inserted into your stack memory?
Main.
Intimate.
Main function. This is my main function. Yes. Now in a main function, actually, the statement that you have written as a res is equal to fact of
Fact.
5. Okay, fact of 5 is actually there should be fact of n, fact of num. Instead of fact of 5, you should put here fact of num. So generally fact of 5, suppose this I have executed. Then what is this? What is fact of 5? What is fact of 5? It is a function call.
We'll go to the other
Function call.
So what happens when there is a function call?
It will go to
It
The other
is
function
pushed
gets
into the stack. It is pushed into the stack. Okay, but where it is pushed? Just above the main function. It is pushed just above the main function. So this is my fact is pushed now. The name of my fact function is fact of 5, where n is equal to 5, where n is equal to 5 here. Now tell me which if statement get executes? Second one. First is false, second is 1. So that's why here the statement
is
that's
zero.
going to execute f is equal to 5
In
multiplied by the fact of
4.
4. Okay. So what happened with the fact of 4? What is fact of 4? It is function call. Yeah, it is function call. So this is again get pushed into the stack memory. This fact of 4 is again pushed into the stack memory. And this is my new function fact of 4. Now you can see here, so there are 3 functions present in my stack now: main, fact of 5 and fact of 4. Now n is 4 here. If n is 4, which if statement get execute? The second one.
Else.
So it becomes f is equal to 4 multiplied by the
4 into
fact
fact
of
of 3.
3. You can see here also there is a separate n variable for the fact of 5, separate n variable for fact of 4, because n is local to fact of 5, n is local to fact of 4. Every fact function is having its own n variable and f variable. Okay, this f both are different memory location. Now again there is a fact of 3. What is this fact of 3? Again function call. So when there is a function call, again it is get called, it is again pushed into the your stack memory. So it becomes fact of 3.
3.
Fact of
So
3
n is 3. When n is 3, then
Is equal to 3.
is equal to
f is equal to 3 multiplied by the
3 into
Fact
2.
fact of 2. Now what is fact of 2? Fact of 2 is again
Again
function
another
call.
Fact.
Yes, fact of 2 is again function call. Again it is push. So it is again push. It is again push into the until there is an end is there. If there is no end, actually the stack memory, it will call the function until there is a stack memory is available, and your program just crash when there is a lack of stack memory. Getting? So that's why you should put the end that I have defined. What is the end? When n is equal to 1 and n equal to 0, the end f is equal to 1 and return f. Okay, so now fact of 3, fact of 2 is the new function call. Fact of 2. Now n is 2, so f becomes f is equal to
2 into
2
fact.
into
of 1.
fact of 1. Now fact of 1 is again function call. Fact of 1
Fact
is
of 1 is
call. So your fact of 1 is called again. Yeah, fact of 1 called again. And now my function is fact of 1. Now n is 1.
F is 1.
F is equal to
Now n is 1, so f is equal to
1.
1.
okay. And the next statement is after f is equal to 1, which statement get executed? Return f.
Return F.
So
Yes, sir.
return f. So return 1. Okay. So it returned to whom? Tell me. Fact of 1 is
Main.
returned to whom? Main directly. Is
No,
fact
so
of
any
1 is returned
Fact
to
5. Fact 5.
Fact of
User
one
defined
is
function.
function. Fact of
Then-
question is fact of one function is returned to whom?
Fact of 2, sir.
Why fact of 2? Because this is the stack. This is a stack, and we know that how the stack works. The last inserted function is fact 1. Now when you pop that function, when the fact 1 is over, then which is the toppest function? Fact of 2. So
Fact
that's
2.
why it is always, remember that the function is always returned to the call function. Who has called that function? Who called the fact of 1? Fact of 2 has called. So it returns to fact of 2. Suppose in your family, so father is there and mother is there. And suppose if the father has called you, to whom you return? You return to your
Father.
father. If the mother has called you, to whom you return? Your mother. Simple. The same thing you are doing. Who call fact of 1? Fact of 2. So it is returned to fact of 2. Very simple. So what is the return value of fact of 1? Tell me. Return value of fact of 1 is?
1.
Return value of fact of
1,
1.
sir.
Yes, 1 here. So the formula becomes 2 into 1.
2 into 1.
What is f here?
2.
F becomes
Is 2.
2. So the last statement is return f. So return 2. So what is return to whom?
Fact of 3.
Fact 3.
Yeah, it is returned to fact of 3. So the value of fact of 2 is 3 now. Not 3, it is 2.
2.
It is 2. So what f becomes? In fact of 3, what is the value of f now? It is 6. So again, this 6, the value 6 is get returned to whom?
Fact of 4. Fact of, 4.
Fact of 4 it get returned. So in fact of 3, the value is fact of 6. Fact of 3 value, return value is 6. So it is a return. You just have to write here 6. So f value in fact of 4. 4 into 6.
4.
It is 24. So it is
Yes, sir.
24. So it is returned to whom? Fact of 5.
Fact of 5.
So it is 24. Now f variable in fact of 5, because this actually the function has to be executed fully. It is not executed. From fact of 4 it is going to call the fact of 4, but what about the return f? This is not executed. From this function return f is remaining here. So that's why it is still there. So when the fact of 1 has completed, it go out. When fact of 2 completed, it is go out. When fact of 3 complete, is go out. When fact of 4 complete, is go out. And it is returned that value to that calling function. Who has called? Fact of 5 called. So 24 is the value. Now 5 into 24, f is 120. So it is 120. 120. The f value is 120. And then factor of 5 get over, it is again go out of your stack memory. And now this whatever this 120 value, it is returned to whom? Who has called factor of 5? Who has called factor of 5?
Fact of
Main function has called.
RE.
So here what is RES here?
Fact
RES
of
becomes
120.
RES becomes
120.
and you come back here. Now you have come here from this. So from this statement you come here and RES becomes 1, 2, 0. And then after the next statement is printf factorial of 5 is 5 equal to 120 and you get the answer as 120. So getting that actually how the process is get executed in a background.
Yes, sir.
So it is not a
So the main function,
Hmm?
the main function will not pop. Only it will just return.
Yeah, no.
The other
Main
function
function will be pop when there is a return 0.
Okay.
Okay. So when main function has executed return 0, it is get pop, and your stack is empty. When the stack is empty, you can say that my program is over, my application is no more executing. Okay, but if there is a main function in your memory, then it means that your function or your program is there in your memory. The life cycle of your program is only in a main function. If you are in a main function, your program is there. If main function is complete, your program is complete. Getting? So it is starting point
So,
of your program.
so sometimes when we're using int main, like you told, if you don't include return 0 also, it's fine. There will be no error, right?
Yes, void main also works.
Yeah, okay.
So in case of void, how does it pop, sir? How does the main function pop then?
So actually, the value return means before completing the process of popping, some value you are returning to calling function. That is only the return value. But it doesn't mean that if you are not returning the value, your function is not get pop up. Your function is pop up when there is a no instruction to execute. Suppose here in a main function, actually this return 0 is not there, return statement is not there. So what happened after printf, which statement is going to execute? There is no statement. No statement is available to execute after printf. So what your CPU is doing? Your CPU says that there is no statement, so I don't have work to do, so your program is over and you are going out of that main function. Getting? So return only
Yes.
means that before leaving from that function, this value return it. This value return to the calling function. Getting? Yes,
Sir.
getting the point?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Any other?
Yeah, so if return 0 is not given also, if there's no statement, if there's no further statement given, it automatically gets popped.
Yeah. When
right?
there is a instruction is not available for execution, your function is pop out.
Okay.
It is executing the function. It is executing the function until there is a statement is available. Here also you can see here the factor of 3 is not completed until the last statement, that is return f, has been executed. It is still there in your function. It is still there in your memory. It is get executed fully when there is a return f. This last statement has been executed. If the last statement is executed, there is no other statement is there, so it is get pop out. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any other doubts, just ask me, because this is the very important point, and we'll directly start with the other programs. But to solve the any recursion problem, this stack is very important. Huh? If you are not drawing this stack, then you are not able to
Sir,
get the right answer for the any factorial, any recursive function. Yes. Yeah.
sir, that first fact one return is there, no, sir, return one.
Fact is returning 1. Fact 1, na? This fact 1 is return 1. Return to fact of 2.
It will come back to that fact two, no, sir. After
will come
this
back.
recursion.
Yes. Say again.
Sir, return one, it will go back to fact two, no, sir.
Yeah.
At that time only it will pop out, or at last after reaching main it will pop out.
No. That time it will get pop up.
Okay.
Because if the fact 1 is there, if fact 1 is in the memory, the fact 2 is not going to execute. Your program is only execute the topmost function only. Your operating system will execute only the topmost function available into your stack memory.
Okay, sir.
If it is get out, then only fact 2 will be executed. If it is done, it is get out, then fact 3 will be executed, like that.
Okay, sir.
Getting? So done.
Yes, sir.
So there is one statement. I have one statement. You need to tell me what is the formula for it, recursive formula. Okay, I want to print the addition of your sum of the first n natural numbers. Can I do this for the using the recursion?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Addition of first n natural numbers. So what is the formula? Tell me. Can you do the formula? Suppose the it returns integer. The name is sum. It takes one variable n. Okay. Now tell me, if n equal to 1, then if n
1.
equal to
Return 1.
Return
1.
1.
yeah, 1.
Okay.
Else.
Else
Else
if
if n greater than
for
equal to
example, if
10.
n is equal to, just take any example. Okay, for n is equal to 5. Tell me how the 5, how summation of 5. Summation of 5.
First 5 numbers, sir.
First 5 numbers. So it is 5 plus 4 plus 3
3
plus
plus
2
3 plus 1.
plus 1. Okay. Can I write
5 plus sum of 4.
5
It will be n
plus
5 plus
sum
sum
of,
of
Sum of
5 minus 1.
okay?
4.
Can I write sum of
n
4 as
plus
a
sum
4
of n
plus?
minus 1.
Yeah. The formula is now, tell me what is the formula?
n
Sum
plus sum
of
of n minus 1.
N minus 1.
is equal to n
N
plus sum
Plus
of,
sum of n minus 1.
yes, n minus 1. Sum of n minus 1. If n is greater than or equal to 2 or greater than 1. If n is greater than 1, then apply this formula. Otherwise, if n is equal to 1, then 1.
1. Yes, sir.
If n equal to 1, or if it is 0, if n equal to 0.
0.
Okay, I can also put that statement. If n equal to 0, then return 0. If n equal to 1, then return 1. Else, we can put here integer s, and put here s is equal to n plus sum of n minus 1. Done?
Sir, single equal to no, sir.
Which one?
Should we return
N
else return s is equal to
The last statement is return s.
okay.
Okay, the last statement is return s. Or instead of this, you can put here s is equal to 0, or s is equal to 1, and else s is equal to n plus n minus 1. Okay, so we'll test out that formula. Int res is equal to sum of, suppose 10. So res should be 55. So sum of first percentage d numbers is equal to percentage d, comma 10, comma res. Int sum, int, maybe the function is not declared. So sum of first 10 natural numbers is 55. So we'll get a correct answer. Okay. So if you have any program, then just first see that that program can be solved by using the recursive or not. If that program is solved with the recursion, then that program become very easier then. Getting? Now your
Yes,
homework.
sir.
Your homework. Draw the
Yes,
stack for this program. You have to draw the stack, but start with the 5 because 10 number is very big one. I think that very big stack you will get if you are if you start with the 10. So start with the sum of 5. So
Yes, sir.
your answer should be 15. Your answer should be. So you have to draw the stack for it. So everyone, compulsory you have to do this. Draw the stack. Okay.
yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
function
Hmm.
int sum int n. Suppose we don't declare int s,
Hmm.
so we can just be like return 0, return 1,
Hmm.
return n plus sum of n minus 1.
Perfectly fine. You can
Okay.
do this.
Sir,
Hmm.
what is that 10 comma res in printf statement?
Yeah, because for storing the 10 actually, for storing the 10 I have not given here the variable here, so that's why I am put here 10. Now, is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Now you can see here I have not used that s, only return is I have used. Answer is same. Okay, so there are several ways to write the same program. You can write the same program in a number of ways. You will get the same output. Okay, and we'll take one more very famous program, and that is the Fibonacci numbers. Do you know what the Fibonacci number?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
What is it? Tell me.
The third number will be the sum of the first two numbers, I think.
So Fibonacci number. Okay, Fibonacci series. Actually, it is a Fibonacci series. It is a series which is a very famous series. Generally, this Fibonacci series are used in your data structure. There is a Fibonacci search algorithm is there. To search a number in a given sorted list, we can apply the Fibonacci search. And what is the Fibonacci search? Fibonacci search says that the first number in your Fibonacci series is always 1. Okay, so actually it is start with 0, but we start with 1. So it's 1. Second is also 1. Tell me. Third is 2.
2,
Next is 3.
3,
Next is
5.
5. Next is 8, 13, like that. Okay, so you have the number of, so 13 plus 8, I think it is 21.
21.
21. Next is 21 plus 13. So it is
34.
34. Okay, so actually we have to do this. We have to print this Fibonacci series. So what is the formula? Can you tell me? I want to design this function using the recursion. Using recursion, it is a very easy one. Tell me Fibo of n I want to calculate. How to calculate Fibo of any number? Fibo of n can be calculated as Fibo of n minus 1, the previous two numbers addition. Fibo of n minus 2. Getting? Fibo of n is equal to Fibo of n minus 1 plus Fibo of n minus 2. And what about the Fibo of 1? What is the first number in Fibo of 1? Fibo series 1. But how it is
1.
calculated? How it is calculated? We
Z.
can't apply. We can't apply this one.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So what is it? If n
Is
equal to 1,
1.
then
return
return.
1.
Okay. Otherwise, if n equal to 2, it is also returning 1.
Return 1.
Yeah. For
N is
n
greater
equal
than
to, or instead of that you can put here return 1, and for n is equal to 0 return 0, because zeroth number in your Fibonacci series is 0. Actually it start with 0. So Fibo of a 0 plus 1 1, we can calculate the second number because its previous is 0 plus 1, it is 1. Okay, so we can use this method. So just write down this formula and we'll try to implement it. Now the implementation I am leaving to you, but some function I am only writing here. Fibo of, tell me, Fibo of integer n can be calculated as if
n
n
is
equal to 0, if n equal to 0,
Return 0.
then return
returns
else if
Else, if n equal to 1,
1,
return
return 1.
return 1. Else
Else, if else
or
Return
simply we
n.
can put else
we
directly.
can put that equation, no, sir.
Else
The
return
first
fib
equation
of
which we
else directly Fibo
Fibo
of
of n is equal to Fibo of n minus 1.
Nice.
We can put here return Fibo of n minus 1 plus
Plus
Fibo of
Fibo of
n minus 2.
n minus 2. We can put this statement here. And your function is done.
yes.
so, but we should define what is fib of like n minus 1, right? Like
Yeah.
fib of n, that addition thing shouldn't be defined, or how will it know, so?
This is the plus, na? Plus whatever the Fibo of n minus 1 returns, it is added with the whatever the Fibo of n minus 2 returns. The result of Fibo of n minus 1, suppose result of Fibo of n minus 1 is 5 and Fibo of n minus 2 is 3. So 5 plus 3, 8. So it returns 8.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this fib of n minus 1 calculating the like index values of the series?
No. Actually, the Fibo function will only, it is not printing series. It is printing only the Fibonacci numbers of a given number. Suppose, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose I want the fifth number. I want fifth number in your Fibonacci series. So what I am calling Fibo of 5. When I'm calling Fibo of 5, it should return 5. If I'm calling Fibo of 6, it should return 8. If I'm calling Fibo of 7, it should return 13. Like that.
Okay.
Okay. So
Sir, once show that program, sir.
this one.
N natural number.
Sir, in case if we give like n as 5, isn't it supposed to print all the numbers from
No. 5 only.
5? So how, sir? Because down when we calculate using that formula, we get something
Yeah,
else.
I will do that. I will do the programs here itself. Again, I will explain you. Okay, natural number program.
Okay, sir.
I will not send this program here. So I will do that Fibonacci number program, Fibonacci numbers function here itself. Integer n. You just tell me the implementation. Integer Fibo of n.
Of n.
Integer
N.
n. Okay, and then
If
n
n
equal to 0, then
return
return 0. Else
else
if
Else
n
if
equal to 1,
return 1.
return 1.
else
Else
Return
Fibo of
Fibo
n
of
minus 1
n minus 1,
plus Fibo of n minus 2.
Fibo of n minus 2. Okay. So integer num is equal to integer num. Okay. And here, suppose we require one integer res, and res is equal to fibo of num. Printf percentage d or fibo of
Percentage D is equal to
percentage d. Here num comma res, and I'm defining the num as suppose 1. Okay, so what is the first number in your Fibonacci series?
1.
1. So you should print 1. So fibo of 1 is 1. Okay, what is second
Yes,
number? 1.
1.
What is third number? 1 plus 1 2. It should be 2. Yes, third number is 2. What is the fourth number?
3.
3. Okay, fifth number 5.
Number is 5.
Sixth number is 8.
Is 8.
Sixth number is 8.
Oh.
Seventh number 13. Getting? So if you
Okay,
want
yeah,
whole,
sir, yeah.
if you want the whole Fibonacci series, then you can do this. For num is equal to 1, num less than or equal to, suppose you want the first 10 Fibonacci numbers. Okay, and num plus plus, and just do this. And here I'm putting slash n. It will print first 10 Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so where is error? Okay, yes. Control Z. So it should be.
After
No, it should be in your
for
in for loop. Actually, it should be in a for loop. Yes, getting. So fibo of 1 is 1, fibo of 2 is 1, fibo of 3 is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 55. Getting?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or directly instead of that, you can also print only percentage d, comma, here fibo of num. Okay, so Fibonacci series 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 55. First 10 Fibonacci series.
So
Hmm?
this series, so
Fibonacci series.
it's like fixed. Only dip,
Hello.
like it's a fixed series, no? So
Yeah, it is fixed series. Actually, the use of the Fibonacci number is used in your search algorithm. Just like you have data structure. Have you studied data structure? In the data structure, there are the searching algorithms are there, like linear search, then binary search is there, and third search is your Fibonacci search. So to search, to implement that Fibonacci search algorithm, you require the Fibonacci series there. So actually, this program we need there, Fibonacci series number.
Sir, in this you're calling the function inside printf, no, sir?
Inside the printf.
Yeah, inside printf. Yeah, we can call it.
Sir, instead of writing the printf statement on the top, why can't it be a single printf statement after for loop?
Because I want to print here, no? This one Fibonacci series.
Sir, so that can be inside the thing only, no? Like printf is equal to Fibonacci series is equal to percentile D, comma,
It will
Fibonum.
repeat. Fibonacci series also will repeat.
Okay, yeah.
Just try this Fibonacci series. How many times Fibonacci series get printed? I want to print only single time, so that's why I put
Okay, sir.
it
Okay.
outside.
Got it.
Suppose after this I want to print slash n. Then getting. So after 55 get printed, there is a slash n. So this finish in 0.5 second will be in the next line.
Okay, sir.
It's done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now again, this is the very big task now. I'm changing my program to only 5 only, 1 to 5. Okay. Now for this program, 1 to 5 only, you have to draw the stack. Draw the stack. Actually, it is a very challenging task here. Very challenging task to draw Fibonacci because there are two recursions are there in a parallel manner. Two recursion in parallel. When you call Fibo of 3, it will call Fibo of 2 as well as will call Fibo of 1. Now Fibo of 1 is different, but which one get called first? But Fibo of get called. Fibo of 2 is called Fibo of 1 again. Fibo of 1 plus Fibo of 0. Getting? So try to execute this program by yourself and try to draw the stack of this program again. If you are able to draw the stack of this program, then definitely I can assure that you have understood this recursion. And any recursion problem you can easily solve it. Okay.
Yes.
So let me see. Actually, I have to start a new topic, but it is not possible to complete it in this time. So let's see the.
Can you take another example in recursion?
Yeah, examples. I'm doing the examples. I'm searching for the examples. I'm directly taking from the Google. Recursion. CQ. Okay. So this is our screen. Okay. So this is the program. Int fun. Int fun. You can write down the program. Int fun. Int n equal to 4. If n equal to 4, then return n. Else return 2 into fun of n plus 1. And you have called it as a fun of 2. And the answer is also given here. A, B, 4, say 8, 16 and runtime. So answer, correct answer. Try to execute this program. It can be only execute. You can get the correct output if you are solving this with the help of the stack only. If you are not drawing the stack, then you are not able to get the correct answer. So 2 into 10. I also need to solve it.
Sir,
Yes.
In this pattern, in this Google, this thing, definition is first, no sir. Later, declaration is there, no sir.
Yeah, definition is first, so no need to declare it. If you define the function before the main, no need to give the declaration.
Okay, sir.
Declaration is not compulsory in this type of program.
Okay, sir.
So just try to solve it. I'm also solving. And 3. So 3, 2, 1, 4. Yeah, I get the answer. To solve this type of the problem, you have only 1 to 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes. Yes, tell me.
So will it keep running, like it goes on and on and stack?
No. Because there is an end is given here. End is given. If n equal to 4, then there is an end, return n. There is return 4.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
When there is a n is 4, there is an end. Your stack get
Yeah.
pop up when there is a n is 4. So look at main function is calling fun of 2. Okay. So fun of 2 will be called. In a fun of 2, actually that if statement is wrong, it is not correct. So else get execute. So it is return 2 into, yes.
Is it 16?
2
Is
into
it
what?
16?
What happened?
Fun of 2 will be called from main function. N is 2. So it will call 2 into fun of 3. Now again fun of 3 will be called. So condition is not true. So again 2 into fun of 4. Now fun of 4 will be called. Now return 4. Now fun of 4 will return 4 to fun of 3. But there 2 into fun of 3. 2 into fun of 4. So 2 into 4.
8. 8 into 2.
It is 8 is returned into fun of 2 only. So it is, next one is 2 into 8, that is 16, and that fun of 2 result is return 16, and it is returning to whom? Main function. So it is returning to main, and it will printed as a output as a 16 here. So we'll check out the answer. Yeah, answer is correct, 16.
Sir, could you repeat? I couldn't understand.
Just see this. If this is a stack, okay, so this is my main function. Main function is calling the Yeah, what is the statement there? Main function calling the fun
Fun
of
of 2.
2.
Fun of 2.
Yes. Fun of 2 will be called. It is get called here. Now when fun of 2 will be called here, n is 2.
Hmm.
Fun of 2. When n is equal to 2, that else get execute, and in the else actually
2 into fun of 3.
return 2 into
Fun of 3.
fun of 3. Okay, so fun of 3 is again the function call. So again function call. So this is my fun of 3. Now in fun of 3, n is 3. So that statement else get execute, and in else we have written the return return 2 into fun of n plus 1. What is n? 3. 3 plus 1, 4. So fun of 4 will be called. So fun of 4 function will be called. I mean a fun of 4 function. It is fun of 4 function. Then a fun of 4 function, that n equal to 4, this condition now true. When n equal to 4 condition true, what should return?
N.
It returns n. What is written? N means 4. But it returns to whom?
Fun of 2.
It returns to
Fun of 3.
Fun of 3.
yeah, it returns to fun of 3. So instead of fun of 4, what get written? 4. So 2 into 4 is 8. 2 into 4 is 8, and it get written. But fun of 3 is returned to whom?
Fun of 2.
So what is the value of fun of 3? 8.
8.
Now the statement becomes 2 into 8. What is 2 into 8? 16. So the result of fun of 2 is 16. So but it returns to whom? Main
of
function.
2. Yeah, main function.
It returns to main of function, and the result is 16. And in your actually, if you see the program, you have printed the value of fun of 2. So whatever the it return value of fun of 2, it will get printed there. So 16 is the correct answer. Get it? So
Yes, sir.
the more program actually you are doing, you are become expert in this one. So I'm sharing this URL with you. There are lots of questions are there. This question you have to solve it. All the question you have to solve it, but directly don't go for the answer. If you require, now this type of question, what is the value of fun of 4, 3? If x is 4 and y is 3, then we have to draw the stack here. Now the program you can be able to solve only if you are drawing the stack. If you are not drawing the stack, then you are not getting the correct answer. So I think total how many questions are there? 10 questions are there. 10 questions. So solve all the 10 questions. One question we already solved. Solve the 9 one. Remaining 9 questions you have to solve it. Okay.
Sir, can you share this link in WhatsApp?
Yeah. In chat window I have shared actually. In chat window I have shared. I am also going to share in your WhatsApp group. Yeah. In WhatsApp group also I have shared. Okay. So this is today's assignment. Execute all the program that we have done. Factorial, then summation of first n natural number, Fibonacci numbers, and then go for this, solve this aptitude type of questions. Okay, so and tomorrow topic is again very important, and that is the data types. Data types, we have to revisit the data types.